Tori, current temps?
It's beautiful. It's sunny. It's 47 degrees right here in Newhall.
98.1 FM and AM 1220.
8:39 coming up on 8:40, and we have some guests in studio. Welcome, welcome, welcome to David and Denny from Stockdale Solar. Hi, guys. How you doing?
Great. How you doing, Larry?
What's going on? Let's talk solar.
Sure, let's.
Let's talk solar, because this kind of fascinates me on a personal level, because every month I get the electric bill, and I'm like, what is happening to my life right now?
Right.
And I don't even think I I think I'm one of the ones who kind of like is conservative as far as electric. Like I'm that person who shuts off the lights when they leave a room. You know, I'm that one. Okay.
Right.
And still the electric is out of control.
Right.
In comes you guys, Stockdale Solar. What exactly, tell me a little bit about your company. I know it's family owned.
Yes.
What's your mission?
Yeah, our mission is pretty simple. It's to make this switch to renewable enjoyable. You mentioned something key. Even people who think that they don't use much or that they control the amount of electricity that they're using or control their consumption, prices are getting even outrageous even for people like that. Mm-hmm. So this switch to renewable is inevitable. And it's not just with the electricity that we need to produce for our homes, but we're going to start to use electricity in all kinds of other areas of our life. As our homes become smarter, right? And with the advent of electric vehicles.
I was going to say, isn't there something, I should know this, but I think the governor said we need electric cars by like 35 or something like that,
exactly.
right? Isn't it something like that?
So things like, people that didn't think that solar was a viable option for them just a couple of years ago, it's going to be not only viable, but actually very needed. So this transition is inevitable. We're just trying to make it enjoyable.
I like the enjoyable. What do you do to make it enjoyable? Do you bring me like cookies?
Well,
what do
that's
you do?
part of it. We take your favorite Girl Scout cookie order first.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm
no,
here.
but really it's about the process. I mean, if you really pay attention to what we do, what people's fears are it's, we provide, one of the biggest things that we provide for our families is a roof over their head, right? And now here comes a company that's going to come and mess with it.
Yes.
So our biggest thing is that we want to make sure that people feel confident in the quality of our work. Also, just make sure that this is something that is reliable on their home. Our homes are our biggest investment, and solar is one of the biggest investments you'll add to that home.
Let's talk. Okay, the first thing everybody, and I know it's probably not the first thing you guys think of as a company, but as a consumer, one of the first things I think of as a consumer is price.
Right.
So talk to me a little bit about how the pricing works. I know obviously every home is different, and you have to come out and measure and on and on and on. How does it work?
Yeah, well, every home is different because there are. It's really about consumption and energy needs. So the price is going to be pretty. It will be comparative to what you use currently. So if you don't use much energy, you're not going to need many panels, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you take a look at our usage.
100%.
And then kind of, so it's not a one size fits all type of deal.
It's extremely relative. So if you have a friend or a relative who says, yeah, I got solar and I put 40 panels up and this is how much I pay, a lot of people get scared off by that because they think, well, my house doesn't need that many, so maybe solar's not for me. But that's a common misconception because it doesn't mean that you have to stay subject to the not only the high rates from the utility, but the unpredictability, like what you talked about, that it feels like you're not in control.
Listen, David,
over your home.
Look once those ACs go on in Santa Clarita, I'm sorry, all bets are off.
Right.
Everyone in the Santa Clarita Valley needs to do the solar because, you saw your bill when the AC goes on in the dead of the summer.
Right.
I mean, come on. You usually have to cut back in another area in order to pay for that electric bill. Am I right, Denny?
Definitely.
Denny, tell me about customer service because I'm hearing and seeing online that your customer service ratings are going through the roof. What is happening?
We're truly just customer obsessed, and every time we go out and visit a customer, the way that we train our people is to put yourself in their shoes. So we sell you exactly what you need, and we don't give you more, we don't give you less, and we make sure that you understand what you're getting.
And you teach us how to obviously use what we're the solar panels. And I mean, is there a lesson in, or do we just live our life? Like, how does that work?
You never even notice the switch, really.
Really?
We take care of everything for
Yep.
you. Absolutely no difference
And-
in the way that you do it, except a lot smaller bill.
Going back to how we can make it enjoyable is a lot of people got solar when it first came out and it was really exciting, but a lot of people don't even know what's on their roof, what's on the side of their wall, or what they got themselves into. Really, they just kind of got caught up in the excitement. We educate people to where you know exactly what's going on, and when you know what's going on with what you buy, it's a process that's a lot more enjoyable.
Looking back over the last 10 years, this is a question from out of left field, but I thought I'd ask you guys. You know, the last 10 years, this whole solar thing has really taken
Yeah.
off. Looking back from 10 years ago to now, have you seen the panels get smaller or thinner, or has there been a change in what they look like? Because I know a lot of my friends are waiting until
Right.
they're not consuming the entire roof.
Right.
So have we seen a transition of that at all, or is it pretty much, you know, what it was 10 years ago?
No, absolutely. We've seen a big change in that. Just the panel size has stayed the same, but in solar we go by wattage. So the panels that we put on in today's world are about 3 times as strong as the ones that were 10 years ago. So you only need about a third of the panels
Right.
that you did 10 years ago.
Got it. So it's constantly evolving.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
you guys are keeping up with, obviously, the
Yes.
entire process. You're on top of it all, right?
Right.
Yes.
And then for those people that want to wait for the technology to quote unquote get better, it's like, how much better can my phone get? It's already smarter than me, right? But it's like when there was this transition of when we went from flip phones to smartphones.
Right.
Now incrementally they're getting better, but nobody's going to go back to a flip phone to wait for the iPhone 20, let's say, right? You just kind of
Right. Exactly. I mean, honestly, what could they possibly do? I mean,
Right.
the camera is as good as a movie camera now,
Right,
right?
right.
So I get where the technology, where you're trying to make the point
Yeah.
in the analogy with the technology. 20 years in business, you guys, you know what's going on, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Decades of experience. It is Stockdale Solar.
Yes.
You guys, hey, you're going to be at Home and Garden.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we will be.
I just read the note. You're going to be
Yeah.
at Home and Garden, which is in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
Are you ready? Because usually, I'm telling you, this thing gets crowded. People will be asking you questions. You're going to be like the popular bartender, you know?
Nice.
Hearing all kinds of, Denny, David, are you all ready for that?
Yeah, Denny
Yes.
is going to be ready with his team for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yes, indeed.
You got your flyers. You got stuff to hand out. Questions will be asked. You
Yeah,
will,
so if you see our big flag hanging high above our tent, just come on by. That's how you know how to find us.
Fantastic. Stockdale Solar will be at Home and Garden. If you want to get in touch with them sooner than that, it is stockdalesolar.com.
Yes.
David and Denny, thank you so much for being with us this morning. We appreciate it. I hope you had a good time.
All right.
Thank you, Laurie.
so much.